Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have three things in common, no matter what type of cell they are. All cells have a cell membrane, which separates the inside of the cell from its environment, cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like fluid, and DNA, which is the cell's genetic material. There are two broad categories of cells. The first category is eukaryotic cells. They have organelles, which include the nucleus and other special parts. Eukaryotic cells are more advanced, complex cells, such as those found in plants and animals. The second category is prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus or membrane-enclosed organelles. They do have genetic material, but it's not contained within a nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are always one-celled or unicellular organisms, such as bacteria. So, what are organelles? Organelle means little organ. Organelles are the specialized parts of a cell that have unique jobs to perform. Let's start with the nucleus, the control center of the cell. The nucleus contains DNA, or genetic material. DNA dictates what the cell is going to do and how it's going to do it. Chromatin is the tangled spread of DNA found inside the nuclear membrane. When a cell is ready to divide, DNA condenses into structures known as chromosomes. The nucleus also contains a nucleolus, which is a structure where ribosomes are made. After ribosomes leave the nucleus, they will have the important job of synthesizing or making proteins. Outside the nucleus, the ribosomes and the rest of the organelles float around in cytoplasm, which is the jelly-like substance. Ribosomes may wander freely within the cytoplasm or attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, sometimes abbreviated as ER. There are two types of ER. Rough ER has ribosomes attached to it, and smooth ER doesn't have ribosomes attached to it. The endoplasmic reticulum is a membrane-enclosed passageway for transporting materials, such as the proteins synthesized by ribosomes. Proteins and other materials emerge from the endoplasmic reticulum in small vesicles, where the Golgi apparatus, sometimes called the Golgi body, receives them. As proteins move through the Golgi body, they're customized into forms that the cell can use. The Golgi body does this by folding the proteins into usable shapes, or adding other materials onto them, such as lipids or carbohydrates. Vacuoles are sac-like structures that store different materials. Here, in this plant cell, the central vacuole stores water. Going back to the animal cell, you will see an organelle called a lysosome. Lysosomes are the garbage collectors that take in damaged or worn-out cell parts. They are filled with enzymes that break down this cellular debris. The mitochondrion is an organelle that is the powerhouse for both animal and plant cells. During a process called cellular respiration, the mitochondria make ATP molecules that provide the energy for all of the cell's activities. Cells that need more energy have more mitochondria. Meanwhile, the cell maintains its shape through a cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton includes the thread-like microfilaments, which are made of protein, and microtubules, which are thin, hollow tubes. some organisms, such as plants, that are photoautotrophic, meaning they capture sunlight for energy, have cells with an organelle called a chloroplast. The chloroplast is where photosynthesis happens. It's green because it has a green pigment called chlorophyll. Plant cells also have a cell wall outside of their cell membranes that shape, support, and protect the plant cell. Animal cells never have a cell wall. There are many other unique structures that only some cells have. Here are just a few. In humans, for example, the respiratory tract is lined with cells that have cilia. These are microscopic hair-like projections that can move in waves. This feature helps trap inhaled particles in the air and expels them when you cough.
Hello.
Another unique feature in some cells is flagella. Some bacteria have flagella. A flagellum is like a little tail that can help a cell move or propel itself. The only human cell that has a flagellum is a sperm cell. In summary, remember, eukaryotic cells are plant and animal cells with a nucleus and membrane-enclosed organelles, while prokaryotic cells are unicellular organisms without these things. All cells have a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and genetic material. And even though only plant cells have chloroplasts, both plant and animal cells have mitochondria.
ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒక వీడియో చూసారు కదా. వాట్ హ్యావ్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ వీడియో? You might have seen some video. So what is the thing that you have observed in the video? Are you able to see the screen? హలో, క్లాస్ పెట్టు అంటావు, పెట్టినప్పుడు నారు మీరు దేవా లేస్తావా? ఇప్పుడు మరి నువ్వు వస్తే 5 మంది వస్తారా? సరే, నేను రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నా వీడియో, దాంట్లో పెట్టలేదు, మీరు చూడండి. ఇప్పుడు వీడియో ఆన్ చేయి, గూగుల్ మీట్ ఆన్ చేయి, తర్వాత కావాలంటే దాంట్లో చూడు. జస్ట్ 1 second. Okay. Now in today's class we will be learning In today's class, we are going to learn about the structure of plant and animal cell. So here you will be able to identify the difference between plant cell and animal cell, and you will draw the diagrams of plant cell and animal cell, and you will prepare some of the models of plant cells and animal cells. So all living things, all living organisms on our earth are made up of cells, and they are the products of cells. So plants and animals, they are also made up of cells. So plants and animals, they are also made up of cells. So in our previous classes, we have learnt about the discovery of cell, its size and shape. So in previous classes, you have learnt about unicellular organisms and multicellular. So what is meant by unicellular? Unicellular is nothing but single celled organelles. ఏవైతే organelles కి ఒక్కటే cell ఉంటుందో, those are called as unicellular organelles. And then you have learnt about multicellular organelles. Multi means what? Many. లేదా ఎక్కువ. Multicellular or many cellular organelles we have studied in our previous classes. So plants and animals, all the living organisms on the earth, they are made up of cells. Either human beings or plants or any animals, they are all made up of cells. So are there any distinct differences between plant cells and animal cells? So can you tell me what is the main difference between a plant cell and animal cell? So what are the differences? Suppose you see these two diagrams. So on the screen you can see two types of diagrams are there. Plant cells, a typical plant cell and typical animal cell. So what is a typical cell? For example, if you see, can you see chloroplast in animal cell? Where do you see chloroplast? You see chloroplast in plant cells. You don't see chloroplast in animal cells. So what is meant by chloroplast? Chloro means color. Green color plastics. So where are these chloroplasts present? They are found in the cells of green leaves, and they are found in tender stems also. So some of the organelles are present in plant cell and some of the organelles are present in animal cell. So by seeing these two diagrams, plant cell and animal cell, so what are the two features that you can see? So how can you see this plant cell and animal cell? Are they seen with our naked eye? No, we can't see them with our naked eye. We can see them only by using a microscope. We can use by using the electron microscope or only the highly advanced microscopes only we can see for using for seeing these cells, two types of cells. Okay, so scientists, they have been observing the cells from different plants and animals, and they have been searching and they have been models. So at last, finally, the two diagrams of the plants and animal cells are given here. So can you see what are the common features in both the cells? So you can unmute yourself and you can tell me what are the common features in both the cells. In both the cells, what are common? See, endoplasmic reticulum is there. So endoplasmic reticulum, it is in plant cell and it is in animal cell also. So you can write the first point. Endoplasmic reticulum is present in both plant cell and animal cell. Next, in nucleus. Nucleus. What about the nucleus? Nucleus is also present in plant cell as well as in animal cell. Next, which part? Mitochondria. Mitochondria is present in a typical plant cell and mitochondria is also present in a typical animal cell. Next point, Golgi complex. Both. Golgi complex is present in both typical plant cell as well as it is present in animal cell also. Next, you see chloroplast. Chloroplast, where is it present? It is present in plant cell. Can you see this in animal cell, chloroplast? No, you can't see the chloroplast in animal cell. So that is the peculiar feature of a plant cell. Next, vacuole. Vacuole, can you see in animal cell? No. And then cell wall. Cell wall you can see only in plant cell. In animal cell there is no cell wall. Okay. So these are the common features. First question answer means we had to see only the common features. So what are the common features? Nucleus present, endoplasmic reticulum is present, mitochondria is present, and then Golgi complex also is present. So what are the cell organ? Next second question. Which cell organelles are exclusively found in plant cells? So some organelles you can see only in plant cells. What are they? The things that we can see in plant cells are, the things that we see in plant cells are chloroplasts and vacuoles. So only you can see chloroplast and vacuoles are present in plant cell. So then comparing the parts of plant cell with animal cell, you had to compare all the parts of the plant cell, and then you had to compare with the animal cell also. Next question is you had to write the differences, whatever differences you have seen in plant cell and animal cell. So here some of the differences are there. So contents in plant cell, cell wall is present, whereas in animal cell wall is absent. Next in chloroplast, in plant cell chloroplasts are present because the plants are in green color. That's why the chloroplasts are present in plant cell. Next in animal cell, the chloroplasts are absent. And then vacuoles you can see in plant cell, and in animal cell vacuoles are absent. Next centrioles. So we didn't observe about centrioles. So now we will see centrioles. So centrioles, where do we see centrioles? We see centrioles in animal cell. So in animal cell centrioles are present, and in plant cell centrioles are absent. Okay. So some of the special organelles that are present in chloroplasts, they are cell wall and large sized vacuole, whereas animal cells do not have them, but they have centrioles and smaller sized vacuoles. So vacuoles are in smaller size in animal cells. In plant cells the vacuoles are present in bigger size. Okay. So rest of the organelles that are all are similar in both the cells. We have made the models of plant cells and animal cells by using the locally available material, and this is the self-evaluation which you can complete in your homeworks. Okay, now you can watch the video. About the cell organelles.
Time is
Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have three things in common, no matter what type of cell they are. All cells have a cell membrane, which separates the inside of the cell from its environment, cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like fluid, and DNA, which is the cell's genetic material. There are two broad categories of cells. The first category is eukaryotic cells. They have organelles, which include the nucleus and other special parts. Eukaryotic cells are more advanced, complex cells, such as those found in plants and animals. The second category is prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus or membrane-enclosed organelles. They do have genetic material, but it's not contained within a nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are always one-cell or unicellular organisms, such as bacteria. So, what are organelles? Organelle means little organ.
Ma'am, resound వస్తుంది ma'am.
Organelles are the specialized parts of a cell that have unique jobs.
Resound వస్తుంది ma'am.
Let's start with the nucleus, the control center of the
Okay,
cell.
I will mute here.
The nucleus contains DNA, or genetic material. DNA dictates what the cell is going to do.